Welcome to the 24th Annual Toronto Ukrainian Festival, and this year, Yuri, things are looking a little bit different. We have our masks on.
Yes, Marta, thank you very much. This year definitely is different. And first of all, I want to thank you very much for volunteering to host a virtual aspect of our festival. We had everything ready to go for Bloor Street. And then COVID made us move on because we couldn't really do the distancing thing here on Bloor Street. So then we moved on to Ontario Place, where we had a beautiful combination, a virtual combination of live and virtual performances to present, as well as a first ever Ukrainian drive-in, where we were planning and had everything set up to see Mr. Jones and Target Number One, both Ukrainian themed movies. And then all of a sudden we've had to fully switch over to the virtual.
So we've had to change course again. But that's how things are happening with this new age of COVID. Everything's sort of up in the air and changing.
Yes, and one thing that hasn't really changed is support that we've had from our community, from people like you that are willing to move on with things. We also had very nice support for both levels of government, both federal and provincial, in terms of granting for us to support us. Our sponsors, especially we see Ukrainian Credit Union behind us and the Temerte Family Foundation. And we're also very grateful to all the various volunteers, performers that have actually worked to put the virtual show together for us today.
I'm very excited. I know the program because I had to voice it, but there's some pretty cool and unique, interesting performances.
Yes, we have we're very grateful for all of that, and most importantly, we have this year. As you know, we honor one particular Ukrainian person, a Canadian, a Ukrainian background, as a parade marshal. This year, because of COVID, we would like to honor all the workers that are working on the front lines in our seniors' homes across Canada. And the receivers of this award that are participated in the virtual aspect are the Ukrainian ones here in Toronto, but they are receiving the award and we're receiving the recognition and thank you from all of us on behalf of all Ukrainian homes across Canada.
Well, again, they're very important, and of course the frontline workers. So I guess enjoy what we've put together for you, and yeah, we'll see you soon.
Шановні пані і панове, діти, молодь, студенти, спостерігачі та гості із всіх частин Канади, США та з України, вітаємо вас на 9-му з черзі українському фестивалі в Торонто. Вітаємо вас всіх!
It is with great sadness and respect that we recognize Prime Minister John Turner and his time spent with us on our festival stage as the leader of the Canadian Election Observer Mission in Ukraine and our festival parade marshal in 2005.
The Honorable John Turner.
2 days ago in Winnipeg, I had the honor of presenting the final report of our delegation to Ukraine to our Prime Minister Paul Martin in Winnipeg, at the offices, and would our president raise her hand again, at the offices of the Ukrainian Canadian Congress in Winnipeg to our new president. And so it was a very historic occasion for Canada and for Manitoba and for Ukraine. Canada had by far the largest delegation in Kiev and across Ukraine of any country in the world. 1,000 out of 8,300. When I got my final report from our delegates, came back from all over Ukraine, we reported to the Prime Minister and to the Ukrainian people that we thought it was a 95% winner, few technical problems here and there, but basically a tremendous adventure and expression of democracy. It was the greatest demonstration of democracy in the history of the world.
Ukrainian Credit Union Limited is there for many big life moments. When you opened your first account, when you completed your matura, when you bought your first home. with hundreds of thousands of dollars in donations invested into cultural, educational, religious, and other local programs annually, Ukrainian Credit Union is truly building our community. With modern banking services just like the banks, you can feel proud when you bank with UCU.
Enjoy Iskra's Привіт or Welcome Dance as performed at the 2019 Toronto Ukrainian Festival.
Дорогі друзі, dear friends, on behalf of the Ukrainian Canadian Congress and our member organizations, it gives me great pleasure to welcome you to the 2020 Toronto Ukrainian Festival. Вітаємо! For 24 years, the festival has brought Ukrainian culture to Canada's largest city. We have had the opportunity to share our wonderful traditions with the hundreds of thousands of people who attend each year. This year, due to the COVID-19 pandemic, the festival's program has had to be modified. But thanks to the creativity, imagination, and inventiveness of the festival's many organizers and volunteers, we can still enjoy this year's celebrations. Хочу скористатися нагодою подякувати тим, яких ми сьогодні відзначаємо, нашим медикам, медсестрам, вчителям та всім тим, які надають первинну допомогу членам нашої громади та всім канадцям. Дякуємо вам. A heartfelt thank you to the frontline workers who are being honored today. It is appropriate today to pay tribute to a great Canadian, the Right Honourable John Turner, Prime Minister of Canada, who passed away recently. Mr. Turner led Canada's election observation mission to Ukraine in 2004 during the Orange Revolution. He remained a steadfast friend of Ukraine and the Ukrainian people. In 2005, Mr. Turner served as the parade marshal of this festival. I would also like to thank Yuri Klufas for his vision and unflagging energy, as well as the hundreds of volunteers who have worked over the years to bring us this unique celebration of Ukrainians in Canada. Please enjoy the 2020 Toronto Ukrainian Festival. We hope to see you in person in the Bloor West Village when we are able to gather safely. Slava Kanadi, Slava Ukraini.
Dobry dan, and welcome to this year's virtual edition of the Bloor West Village Ukrainian Festival. For 23 years, Torontonians and Canadians from coast to coast have gathered on Bloor Street to celebrate their Ukrainian heritage. It's also a great opportunity for those of us without Ukrainian heritage to try delicious Ukrainian food and learn more about your rich culture. Several weeks ago, Ukrainians in Canada and around the world celebrated the 29th anniversary of Ukraine's independence. On behalf of the Conservative Party of Canada, I would like to reaffirm our long-standing and solid commitment to Ukraine. Our party will continue to stand shoulder to shoulder with the Ukrainian community here in Canada and Ukrainians in Ukraine to support efforts to build an economically prosperous and military strong Ukraine. Enjoy this year's virtual edition of the Bloor West Village Ukrainian Festival, and I hope to join you in person next time. Slava Ukraini!
Привіт and greetings to everyone who knows, loves, supports and enjoys the Bloor West Village Toronto Ukrainian Festival. It's so great to see that even during these extraordinary times, we continue the great tradition of the biggest Ukrainian Canadian festival. And as I'm speaking, pictures from the previous years of the festival are going through my mind. Dancers and singers, food and arts, the many kilometers long parade, the joy, the vibe, and the people, extraordinary Ukrainian Canadians and friends of Ukraine, Torontonians, and guests from all over the world. We miss all of that. We know it will be back, and that is why I'm so grateful to the organizers for putting together this year a special festival program. We will enjoy it with gratitude and pride. І від імені України я дякую всім, хто береже нашу традицію, нашу українську душу. Цей фестиваль – це можливість згуртувати українців, розказати світу про нашу культуру і підтримати Україну, яка зараз бореться за свободу і незалежність. I wish Toronto a quick recovery from the virus and I hope to see you soon in person. Glory to Canada. Слава Україні!
Добрий день. Мене звати Arif Virani. I'm Arif Virani, the Member of Parliament for Parkdale High Park. I'm very proud to represent so many Ukrainian Canadians in Canada's Parliament in Ottawa. And as a representative of Park de la Park, I'm equally proud to be the community that plays host to the Toronto Ukrainian Festival, which is held in Bloor West Village every single year. It is the single largest celebration of Ukrainian heritage and culture for all of North America. This year, however, the festival has to be different. Because of the pandemic, we must all observe rules about public health and social distancing. Nevertheless, I know that Ukrainian spirit will be in full effect this year as it is in every year. So please, I ask you to enjoy your vareniki, proudly wear your vyshivanki, and enjoy the Bloor West Village Toronto Ukrainian Festival online. Дуже дякую.
Добрий день. Мене звати Іван Бейкер, я є депутат до федерального парламенту тут в Etobicoke Center. Знаєте, кожного року в цю пору, в вересні, ми сходимося в Bloor West Village, щоб відсвяткувати нашу спадщину і щоб поділитися нею з канадцями. Цього року ми не зможемо разом святкувати, як і в минулих роках, але думаю, все одно важливо, щоб ми відзначили цю дату і відзначили цей фестиваль і разом відсвяткували. Знаєте, 129 років українці приїжджають в Канаду, і 29 років Україна незалежна. 24 роки ми святкуємо нашу спадщину в Bloor West Village. І є багато чого святкувати. Наша культура, наші традиції, вони дуже багаті. Наша громада дуже багато віддала, щоб побудувати Канаду. І в той самий час Канада, канадський уряд дуже багато зробила, щоб підтримувати українську громаду і підтримувати Україну. Але варто нам запам'ятати, що в цей час, коли ми святкуємо, молоді хлопці і дівчата, вони ризикують все і віддають все, щоб захистити ту спадщину, яку ми святкуємо сьогодні, щоб захистити незалежність України. Так що давайте сьогодні ми відсвяткуємо, але також запам'ятаємо, що ці молоді хлопці і дівчата воюють і борються за нас. І давайте ми відновимо наші зусилля, щоб їх підтримати, щоб підтримати їхню боротьбу, щоб ми могли далі святкувати незалежність і нашу спадщину не рік, не 29 років, а назавжди. Тут в Etobicoke Center по цілій Канаді. Дякую дуже. Слава Україні!
Hi everyone. Добрий день. I'm Andrea Horvath, leader of Ontario's official opposition NDP, and it is my distinct pleasure to bring you greetings today as we celebrate the 24th Toronto Ukrainian Festival. Of course, we're celebrating quite differently this year, and we're all missing the fantastic food and face-to-face visits. But like all of you, I'm proud to support the Ukrainian Canadian Congress and all the organizers, volunteers, and sponsors who worked to make this innovative virtual festival a success. Ukrainian Canadians played a big part in building this city, the province, and our country. In fact, cities and towns across Ontario are steeped in your history and culture. And because of you, Canada is fortunate to share a strong bond with Ukraine. As New Democrats, we've always been proud to stand side by side with the Ukrainian community. From working closely together to make September 7th Ukrainian Heritage Day, to recognizing Holodomor Memorial Day every November. As we celebrate Ukraine's 29th Independence Day, I know that by sharing the history and culture of Ukraine and Ukrainian Canadians, we can build even stronger bonds of friendship and community. You know, these past few years have been filled with turmoil for folks with loved ones in Ukraine, and COVID-19 has only increased your worry. But even in these turbulent times, I know the spirit of the Ukrainian community is vibrant, resilient, and strong. So thanks again to all who worked so hard to make today possible. Slava Ukraini!
Учасників віртуального українського фестивалю Bloor West Village в Торонто. Я стою на Bloor Street, вулиця, яка відома тим, що вже понад 20 років щороку тут відбувається відомий український Toronto Ukrainian Festival. Я розпочав свою місію генерального консула України в Торонто наприкінці лютого цього року. І я багато чув від своїх друзів, від колег про цю неабияку подію в житті українських канадців, в житті провінції Онтаріо і столиці Торонто та й всієї Канади в цілому. Цей фестиваль став справжнім святом, демонстрацією усього того, чим пишається українська громада Канади своїми традиціями, своєю культурною спадщиною, народною творчістю, своїм мистецтвом. Я дуже радий тому, що участь у ньому в різні роки брали такі відомі в Україні, в світі виконавці, як Руслана, гурти Мандри, Пікардійська терція, Воплі Водоплясова та інші. На жаль, цього року Пандемія внесла корективи в наше життя, і ми не можемо збиратися на це свято. Але я вірю і бажаю всім нам перемогти цю пандемію і знову пройти цією вулицею, посмакувати смачних українських страв, почути незрівнянні українські пісні, шанувати ветеранів. Я бажаю всім нам успіху. Єднаємося, і ми переможемо. Слава Україні!
Hi everyone, it's Kinga Surma, the MPP for Etobicoke Centre. I know that normally in September we would all be gathered together here in Toronto to celebrate Ukrainian culture, music and food. Unfortunately, things are a little bit different this year. But in saying that, I want to thank all of the Ukrainian Canadians for all of their contributions here in Ontario and also across Canada. And I want to especially thank all of the healthcare workers, frontline staff, all of the people that work at St. Demetrius and volunteer there, as well as families that are involved. I just want to thank you so much. I know that you have made a lot of sacrifices this year, and I know that this year has been extremely difficult. And just know from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much. Hopefully next year in September, we can all gather together and celebrate Ukrainian culture together.
Hi, it's Councillor Gord Perks. I'm here to give you best wishes and wish you best of luck for the Ukrainian festival this year. I hope it's a great success. It's sad and disappointing that we won't have the usual vibrant, exciting street fair and lose all of those wonderful ways to make connections in the neighborhood and celebrate the Ukrainian festival the way we normally do. But the BIA and the festival organizers, I think, have done a great job putting together another way for us to share our neighborhood more virtually. And I look forward to the festival being full and exciting and vibrant next year as well. All the best. Take care. Bye.
Dear friends, шановні друзі, on behalf of the 20 million strong global Ukrainian diaspora, I am pleased to welcome all the participants in this year's virtual Toronto Ukrainian Festival. Вітаємо! The Toronto Ukrainian Festival is known around the world as the largest Ukrainian street festival outside Ukraine, where the world has an opportunity to experience rich Ukrainian culture and party to the sounds of amazing Ukrainian artists. It's an opportunity to see some of the best Ukrainian dancing and taste delicious Ukrainian cuisine. Although this year we will have to celebrate virtually, I look forward to seeing you next year at the 2021 Toronto Ukrainian Festival. Долучимося в цьому році до світової української спільноти та друзів України, щоб виступити одним голосом із миролюбним українським народом, який сьогодні змушений захищати батьківщину від триваючої військової агресії Росії. Ми також солідарні з нашими братами-білорусами, які борються за демократію проти авторитарної диктатури. Let us join this year with the global Ukrainian community and friends of Ukraine to stand in solidarity with the peace-loving people of Ukraine, whom today are forced to defend their homeland from Russia's ongoing military aggression. We also stand in solidarity with our Belarusian brethren who are fighting for democracy against an authoritarian dictatorship. Шановні друзі, пам'ятайте, де б ми не жили, пишаємося тим, що ми українці. Please remember that no matter where you live, let us be proud to be Ukrainian or want to be Ukrainian. Слава Україні! Героям слава!
Each year, festival officials select a prominent Canadian of Ukrainian origin, whom we then designate as our festival parade marshal for the year. So in this unique 2020 year, in our 24th year of the festival, we are very pleased to designate our tireless frontline workers in Toronto and across Canada as our honorary parade marshals for the consistent and dedicated help they have selflessly provided to our Ukrainian seniors.
Вітаємо! 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 Вітаємо!
Ми всі вітаємо учасників 24-го українського віртуального фестивалю і дякуємо за велику честь, яку нам надали в відкритті цього фестивалю.
Вітаємо в імені Дому сеньорів Святих Петра і Павла в Скарборо. Віртуально вітаємо 24-ту річницю фестивалю Bloor West Village Festival. Вітаємо вас і також дякуємо нашим працівникам, які затримали охорону наших сеньорів.
Вітаємо всіх на 24-й річниці відкриття українського фестивалю на Блурі. Дякую вам, що дали нам нагоду відкрити цей фестиваль.
І тепер вирішальний момент. Раз, два, три. Тепер вирішальний момент. Раз, два, три.
24-й український фестиваль Bloor West Village оголошуємо відкритим.
Please enjoy the following COVID-inspired video where the Kalina dancers safely perform for the residents at the Ukrainian long-term care homes in the Greater Toronto area.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. If you don't recognize the voice, I'm Ron Cahoot, introducing the Kalyna Performing Arts Company from the Ukrainian National Federation Toronto branch. What with today's COVID-19 pandemic and delicate climate surrounding what we can and cannot do, where we can and cannot travel, Stefan Kuziu, the artistic director of Kalyna, came up with an idea that excited everyone in the group. Let's do everything we can to perform safely and legally, and that's exactly what they've created and will perform for you today. They're wearing masks, they're gathering with no more than 5 people, and anyone not living together or dating is maintaining social distancing of 2 meters. Just for you, a unique experience that you haven't seen in months and, well, you may not see again this year. Live and safe, Kalyna Performing Arts Company with a 10-minute Ukrainian dance medley.
Добрий вечір, дівчино. Justice